Hey guys, Prepare Mentality here. I wanted to talk about spending and cutting back. Right, I came across this article uh, from Consumer Pulse survey for this year, 2024. It says Americans are expected to reduce their monthly spending on dining out by 9% on average, and by 8% for entertainment and media, and by 7% on travel and vacations. And this is just giving us a small view of what the economy is doing, where prices are at the grocery stores, when you go out to the restaurant, what the prices are. I know for myself, I'm downsizing, I'm cutting back, right? And we don't realize how much we are spending until we look at our transactions. And how often do people look at their bank transactions, right? And we know a lot of people are on credit cards. A lot of people are living off of credit cards and going past their limits. And so this is just a precautionary video as we move forward through the year. Things are only going to get more expensive. Things are only going to get less affordable. And so we need to start gearing up and kind of pairing ourselves if we haven't already. Now, if you've been doing this already, good for you. That is the best thing you can do right now in this situation. But as we look at prices, as we look at the expenses that go into even taking a vacation, traveling, gas prices aren't bad right now, but they could get worse, right? And so every penny, every dollar counts at this point. And so we want to cut back. We want to make sure that we have a plan in place, that we are sticking to a budget. And I'm not only talking to you guys, I'm talking to me as well. I know a couple of times, at least last week, I just didn't want to cook. And it's very easy to go and get something at the restaurant and or grab something from fast food area. It's so easy instead of just cooking. So I made a vow to myself to start cooking a lot more and eating out a lot less. And I think I'm going to see uh, the change in my spending habits, and also the change of just learning more cooking skills, learning more recipes. Um, that's another area that I could get better in is preparing more recipes and preparing more food. Um, but it's also an area where a lot of people struggle in. A lot of people struggle in their finances. A lot of people don't know where their money is going because they're just swiping or they're scanning or tapping, right? So that money is somewhere. It's not in their bank account anymore. And cutting back on just consumer spending. I know a lot of people are doing that as we speak. They're not going to the malls. They're not going to the outlets. They're not going to get that fancy shoe or that fancy purse or all the things that on the broad scheme of things really don't matter all that much. They're just comforts and they're extras because we live in a modern day society that offers accessibility to the finer things in life for most people, right? Even when we don't have it, even when we put it on credit cards or we take money out of our savings to buy something that we really don't need, or even to keep up with our next door neighbors or the Joneses, buy that fancy vehicle that's costing us $60,000 on a 72-month uh you know plan. And so these things are hurting us. These things are limiting our ability to progress and succeed and reach those goals that we want to reach, right? Um, so one thing, I wrote, I always write my thoughts down. I have to, but create a budget for yourself. Make sure everybody in your family knows what you're spending, what the plan is for that month or that week, what the grocery bill is. Make sure all your bills are paid first. Let's not skip that. Please pay your bills on time. Um, and secondly, plan meals at home. I'm talking to myself as well. I'm going to start planning more meals at home. But even the grocery stores are getting pricier. You go into Costco and you get 5 items and That's $100 right there. So we have to kind of coupon and get sales and plan around these things and be strategic, right? Meal prep. I've started meal prepping. I've always meal prepped, but I think now that prices are even higher, I think it's more intentionally a plan for me to meal prep as we move forward. Because that goes with cooking at home. You know, when you cook a large meal, you want to use everything that you have. You don't want to throw away your leftovers. So, meal prepping is on the list. Limit restaurant visits. Yes, I'm speaking to myself as well. Limiting restaurant visits. Even Starbucks, coffee, everybody loves that stuff, but we have to limit ourselves. We have to put it in the budget. If you set aside $10, $20 for the week for Starbucks, that's it. Cut it off, right? Uh, Use coupon and deals. Look for discounts, right? Look for special offers, like I was saying before. Uh, Track expenses, right? Get into the habit of looking at your transactions. Get into the habit, if you're not already, looking at your bank account statement. Look at what you are spending your money on, because that $5 here, $10 there, $20 over there, that stuff adds up. And those are the things that are hurting our bank accounts and putting us backwards instead of going forward. And or you are using your credit cards and $5 here, $20 there, $50 over there. And it's building and building and building. Next thing you know, you're in a bunch of debt, and now you have to pay all that back, right? Um, Explore affordable alternatives. Um, Again, we've already considered less expensive dining options, um, you know, and also I have another video to support your local farms. Most of the time, you'll find better prices at your local farms for produce, for meats, um, for vegetables, for canned goods, things of that nature, fresh fruits and vegetables. Go to your local farm and purchase them. You're not only helping yourself out with pricing, but you're helping the farmers in your local community out as well. Uh, and the last one, was an idea that I thought about. Um, Involve your friends and family in some sort of potluck every week. Somebody cooks something um, from home, you bring it to somebody's house, and you start helping each other out. Uh, and or if you go to the farm and you have extra, you buy more for them and vice versa. Um, and or you set up a bartering system where they may have a local farm that sells honey and you may have a local farm that sells chicken. You barter those items, right? Instead of going to the stores. That's another idea, right? But I just wanted to bring those to the table because I think sometimes, especially for myself and people younger than me, it's harder to um, live in this fast-paced environment, right? You're involved in a lot of things, and you want to go a lot of places. You want to do a lot of things. You want to spend. You see something. Everything's advertised now on your phone. It's easy to just click a button, and your information, credit card information, debit card information is on here. You just click and buy. Amazon is you know how Amazon is, right? Um, it's easy. It's easy to buy stuff. So just something to think about. What are we spending our money on? Our hard-earned money. When we go to work to earn money. And when you purchase something, especially something expensive, you have to think to yourself, how many hours did it take for me to earn how much I'm going to be spending? How many hours of your time did it take at work that you really probably didn't want to be? You didn't want to go to work, but you want to buy some expensive shoes. How many hours of your time did it take to get that money to buy those expensive shoes? But put that standard on everything that you buy, right? going forward, moving forward. This video is about progress. It's about potentially hitting the goals that you want to meet financially. And moral of the story, it's all about preparedness, being prepared and being ready. Our finances are a big part of preparedness, especially emergency preparedness, because we don't want to be in debt. We don't want to owe anybody. We want to have savings. We want to make sure our family has all their needs, or all their needs are met. And so financial preparedness is a real thing and something that a lot of people struggle. I might have somebody on here to and/or preparedness talk. If you haven't already, go to Spotify. We have preparedness talk up right now with a few guests, and I might have somebody on for some financial literacy, because I really think that we need that in this day and age. With the economy, high prices, things are really expensive and people are struggling, right? So I just want everybody to be prepared mentally, physically, financially. But that wraps this up. Guys, be safe, be healthy, stay blessed. Prepare mentality.